Healthcare in America has been socialized. New book talks about the Democrats deliberately deceiving Americans in order to get the bill passed. It also talks about how anyone who questions this administration or its allies are treated like terrorists. We have been talking about this for the last couple of days to point out specific examples from the book. Author Michael Graham is here, also radio talk show host.
Great to be back.
How are you, sir? Good. So here's the book. That's No Angry Mob, That's My Mom.
Right.
You take the left apart piece by piece using specific examples. My theory is they keep poking and poking and poking and saying, come on, you know you want to hit me. You want to hit me. Come on, hit me. Give me some examples.
Well, I love your metaphor, the poking, because you remember Scott Brown's race of Massachusetts. I think the moment that both won the race for him and kind of symbolized the attitude that the left has towards normal Americans who just showed up and asked, hey, what about this bailout stuff, was the moment when a reporter from the Weekly Standard went up to Martha Coakley and just asked a question. Explain us again your position on terrorism. Her direct answer was, next question. And then as she walked away, he tried to follow her. One of her handlers, a paid Democratic student union guy, shoves the reporter to the ground.
I believe we have the videotape. Can we play the videotape here?
That's him falling into the fence thing.
Remember the meeting? Yes, I am. You are? Yes, you are, Carl. Right here.
You see how he's pushing him? I just want to go by. I just want to do my job.
Sir.
Now, who is, Michael, refresh my memory, who is the guy hassling the reporter there?
He's a longtime Democratic activist who had worked for John Kerry in the past. And the entire story is in the book. And my point is that metaphor of, hey, what are you doing asking questions? You're not asking questions. Shove to the ground. Then you get up. Shove again. Shove again. Shove again. I think Nancy Pelosi marching through the protesters on the eve of the health care battle with that big mallet in her hand, she was asking for, she was saying yet again, just try, don't even look at me. I'm in charge here. Right. You people sit down and shut up.
I was talking about it a couple of days ago. You have kids. If you discipline your kids or you spank your kids, the first thing when I got spanked as a kid, my father would hug me and he'd say, son, I'm sorry, but you have to learn this is for your own good. But he always hugged me and told me he loved me. Have you noticed the president hasn't done that after health care?
No.
He pushes. They push, get it done. He said you can't govern by passing health care with 51 votes.
Right.
They didn't even have that. So, Michael, what?
Well, I want to get back to that hug, because when Barack Obama's hugging you on health care, he's reaching for your wallet. That's what's happening. Right. And here's his problem. People know it, so they keep asking questions. So what happens? You denounce him. My president called my mom in Columbia, South Carolina, and all the Tea Partiers who showed up, radicals and extremists. Excuse me. They're showing up at an event about the future of America. Sitting congressmen have called us evil mongers, hate mongers, brown shirts. Brian Baird compared us to the brown shirts. What better way to shut up my nice little mom down in Columbia, South Carolina than to tell her, there's something wrong with you for asking these questions. Aren't you a hater?
But it's not just the administration, it's the media, with an exception of Fox. It is.
Well, I'm not ashamed to say I have an entire chapter of the book dedicated to how great a job Fox News does compared to everyone else. Fox News wouldn't let a newsman on the air who went on the absolutely insulting attack rants that we hear from other networks, where they call, once again, people like my mom, racist and bigots. They have a regular guests on the other cable channels who say that Tea Partiers are mentally challenged, the racist teabaggers. That's not part of a debate. They're not trying to prove a point about how we're going to save money on cutting Medicare. This is about you have to shut up. You have to shut up now. So what happens? We get mad. We don't like being called racist. We don't like being insulted. We don't like being lied to. And then you're right, Glenn. Somebody somewhere gets so mad they do something stupid, and immediately the entire movement is attacked. It's a plan.
Thank you, Michael. The name of the book is That's No Angry Mob, That's My Mom, by Michael Graham. Pick it up. Bookstores everywhere. Thanks, Mike.